What's up guys and welcome to a new video by SkyCoach. I'm the BlightedRa and today we're going to examine the patch notes that has just been shipped 15 hours ago. As you can see, the special is 9.9 by the Shoujo, and apparently let's just see if this patch is just a shitstorm or like it's a fire patch. Aatrox passive is adjusted, now heals you a little bit more. Q cooldown adjusted, W has been increased, so it hits most of the time, and flattened. What does that even mean? I have no idea. Increase the E cooldown, okay. And revive no longer on the baseline R until you take somebody, and then it resets. So it has been up for a week, 2 weeks on the PBE, and I was really wondering how this will play out. Tried it in the PBE myself, and I could not understand anything due to my high ping. Then seen a video about Mercy, and then I'm like, wow, this is really abusive. The passive allows you to treat more, as you can see. The cooldown decreased by 10 seconds. Cooldown refund is no longer there, but now it's like to put attack or ability on enemy champion, so it pushes you more into the enemy champion. Maximum damage is only 100 versus monsters, so you do not jungle anymore. The Darken Blade Q. After Q3 or after Q cast, a window expires. Well, this is the timer now. It's 2 seconds less, and its cooldown is halved. At rank 5, which means you're level 9. This is a new power spike for Aatrox. And there you go. Oh, damage also increased. So this is like a buff on the Q. Well, it's not like a buff. It's an actual buff. And here's another buff to the early game. Yes, sure, they're nerfing the late game chain slows, but you max this last anyway, so you did not feel this until level, I don't know. You feel this until level 16. You don't feel this until level 16. This is level 17 and this is level 18, so it actually doesn't matter. The cooldown is the higher, so it means you can't spam it in lane anymore, but as you can see, it's about the same because you max this last anyway. So it's only 4 seconds. Sorry for that, I don't know what popped up. Umbral Dash. Well, finally, attack damage removed, no longer grants passive attack. This is not the old ZW. And the heal trigger versus champion, any non-periodic champion versus any non-periodic damage versus champions. This is actually very interesting. It allows you to, it even gives you more sustain in lane. Now this is the change that I hardly disagree with. So World Ender was basically a guaranteed revive, so you could use it whenever you wanted. Now you don't get the revive until you get a takedown. So if you don't get a takedown, it doesn't reset and doesn't get and you do not get the revive, which is really awful because before it was guaranteed. Now you need to use these buffs to compensate for this change, which is fine. Blitzcrank. These changes are kind of minuscule. Instead of his 50% of current mana, 50% maximum mana, you can build tier and you can go Gauntlet. Iceborne Gauntlet will work really well on Blitzcrank. Rocket Grab is the same thing, just updated the visual effects, and over here the new passive hits him with the ultimate off when all his ultimates off cooldown, marks the target hits by his basic attacks. Enemies marked take this much, so no more random KSing. Blitzcrank, my friends in bronze, you will not be allowed to randomly KS kills anymore because of whoops my passive. So Rakan, so they buffed his base stats, kind of the ones that he needed, which are the armor and the health. Cut down his attack damage. I don't know what he needed. I don't know why he needed this as a base. Like once you look at any AD carry's base, or maybe like even Zed's base, and you see it's close from Rakan, then that's like the huge joke that is the 70 attack damage base is just kind of ridiculous. And magic resistance is also increased to match his armor, which is the same thing. And magic resistance growth is also something that he really needs, I guess. So 1330. So LeBlanc's dash was nerfed from 1600 to 1300 a couple of years back. Then they buffed it again to 1450. So he used to dash already faster than LeBlanc. Now he even dashes even faster. Now this does not affect the range, but how quick he can execute the action. Rakan can no longer cast Grand Entrance, which is his W, or Flash during the first 0.5 seconds of the quickness. Now, the quickness is his ultimate, and here's what's so controversial about it. In my opinion, they should force Rakan to channel the ultimate rather than all of this, you know? If he channeled his ultimate, it would allow you to cancel and react to his ultimate like any other champion. So if you're skilled enough, you could predict the Rakan and render him useless. Now this is, while it's fine, I think it creates more problem than it solves. Soraka buffs overall, so I think Soraka will be good in this patch. I mean, just free healing at this point. I mean, yeah, sure. Equinox doesn't damage anymore. Who gives? Now it just shows you that an ally is in danger. I think before it was too much to look on your HUD actually. Tom Kench. So they buffed his health. They decreased his health growth by 2, which is a minuscule amount because this means his health will grow by 18 by 2, so by 36 lesser. I don't think Tom Kench needed that 36 HP anyway. Movement speed has been increased by 1%. Holy Christ, Tom Kench is going to be a monster after this one. This one is fine. I guess he doesn't need that. This one is insanely awful, abusive. This is actually abusive because you buff the range and you buff the HP. That's actually abusive. The slow starts by 20% faster. So 20% more. That's ridiculous. Devour, regurgitate, that's the free get out of jail card, thick skin, same thing. Now it's free. Oh yeah, that's good. Now it's free. So Tom Cage is all in all good. Simple champion changes, apparently these were not simple, not like you're just playing with numbers. Akali Shroud, nerfed. Darius, apparently it's a buff. Echo, basic attack damage increase, E-cost decreased at later ranks, so we're talking about post level 9 Echo, I guess. This doesn't really do much. I mean, they're trying to help. They're trying to do the same thing with Tilly. They're trying to kick him out of mid lane and put him in the jungle. I have no idea why you want to put mid laners and top laners in the jungle rather than create them. Hacker and bonus damage E decreased, and minimum and max damage decreased later. So apparently there was a bug that was preventing this from happening, and then they fixed it, then it was way too much, right? But now they halved it, so I don't know why do you halve something rather than just like put it at 7.5 instead? Because I think Hecarim is, while Hecarim is strong, I don't think he's that oppressive, but I guess Riot does Riot things. I think the champion is still viable to play because this nerf gets compensated by the new buffs to Celerity and Relentless Hunter. Jarvan. So Jarvan is the best jungler right now. I mean, oh my god. Oh wow, nerfed by 1.2 HP. Wow, they're cleaning up and hitting Jarvan's fallback QW max build less so effective. Bullshit, he's still going to do that. He's still going to fucking do that. He's not gonna stop. It doesn't prevent anything anyway. Jarvan isn't going tank. He doesn't even care about this. This is a ridiculous joke. This is a joke. You're a joke, Riot. That's fine anyway. Demacian standards. From 11 seconds to 12 seconds. I guess Dragon Flag is gonna still be the same, guys. Cannon. E base bonus resistance is removed. Bonus are added. So bonus resistance is added to ult. So this kind of does absolutely nothing for Cannon, except that some matchups that he loses, now he'll lose a little bit harder, and he wins the same matchups. Because having bonus resistances on Lightning Rush is kind of retarded anyway, and Slicing Maelstrom will force Cannon to commit more to his ultimate. Because this will be, well, either he lives or dies, so might as well have them over there, so the bonus resistances would last for longer duration. Kindred. Well, after the Scuttle changes, I think this is a buff for Kindred, because Kindred doesn't want to fight level 2 Scuttle fights, you know? But at the same time, she's not going to excel at level 3 in most matchups. So I think while it's a buff, it's not by much. Lysandra, straight out buffed. Maokai, straight out buffed. Actually, I was talking about the Maokai buff for ages. I think this Maokai will kind of help people. It's a placebo buff. He doesn't need this buff, but I think he'll do well regardless. Morgana, still too strong. I think Morgana's issue is not the Black Shield, to be honest. I think it's that W that you refuse to nerf. Rek'Sai, I think we started to enter the stage of beating on the dead horse over here. A lot of nerfs have happened to Rek'Sai. She even fell out of favor, and I think it's the time to stop. I don't think Rek'Sai will be A tier anymore. I think Rek'Sai will fall to B tier. Shaco does not matter. Shen, attack speed increased, E damage increased. This is another attempt by Riot to bring tanks back. I don't think this is what Shen needs. I think he needs more bonus damage on his Q, but it will see Shen rising from a B tier from a C tier to a B tier, or maybe hits the A tier. Silas, well, he's still going to be viable at A tier. Against some matchups he's going to excel really hard, and he's still going to lose the Rise matchup. He's still going to lose the Blood matchup in mid lane. So, Volibear. Bonus attack speed from 4 to 8 to 12 to 16 to 20, stacks for 3 times, to 9 to 13 to 17 to 21 to 25. I think this will just help him to clear the jungle faster like they want. I think this is an actual good buff. Remember that it's per stack and stacks up to 3 times. So 27 instead of 12. That's the difference between night and day, right? Hunter's potion is removed. Well, nobody uses it anyway. I mean, kind of said it themselves. Manamune, bow down Ezreal mains. I have no idea why they're trying to buff Ezreal again. They just nerfed him, now buff him again. So visual updates for Caitlyn, for Ashe, for Jax, for Renekton. Aftershock is kinda unchanged. I mean, it's a slight nerf to Aftershock, but whoever who use Aftershock are going to continue using Aftershock regardless. Minor rune tuning. So bone plating is buffed. I mean, that's a really good buff based on level. So early game is enjoy tanks. As I said, remember the Hecarim nerf. Celerity is going to compensate for that. Cheap shot. Well, better now. Conditioning. Better now again. Still find it useless to be honest. Demolish. Great. I mean, now it shows you if it was worth it to tank a turret shot or not in order to proc Demolish. Ghost Poro, I mean, that's really amazing. And Magical Footwear. Magical Footwear has become some of uniform. Most mid laners started to take Magical Footwear because they have nerfed almost everything in the tree of sorcery. In inspiration. So Magical Footwear is just going to take a hit to bring it back in line. Relentless Hunter to compensate for the Hecarim as well. So instead of 8 per stack, now it's 9 per stack. I know it doesn't matter that much, but remember, that's plus 5 movement speed, which is a lot. Scorch. I don't think Scorch is still worth it. Ultimate Hunter, I mean, the champions who take Ultimate Hunter can survive without Relentless Hunter. But you still haven't made the champions who cannot survive without Relentless Hunter into champions that can survive without Relentless Hunter and take Ultimate Hunter. And that's the thing. Like, some champions really need Relentless Hunter to survive. Rift Scuttler. They changed the spawn time from 2 minutes to 3, which is relatively going to allow equal jungling right now. because the more that you delay it, now junglers like Vi, who before could not contest and had to go to the one on the far side, can now contest. Junglers like Rek'Sai no longer going to have the advantage of just CCing the Scuttle early, so on and so forth. Well, there you go. That's patch 9.9. We have Conqueror Alistar coming up, and we have Challenger Arya and the Chromis coming up. These are the comments. It's been the BlightedRa for SkyCoach. I hope you read this patch notes. Let's recap real quick right here before we end and see which champion has been buffed, which one has been nerfed. Well, Aatrox changed, most likely buffed. Be careful about the ultimate. Now you don't live for free. Blitzcrank, total, buff all in all. Maybe new optimizations necessary. Rakan, change, most likely a nerf, but that's fine because it's only half a second. Soraka, ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, and I cannot believe that this is happening, to be honest. Tom Kench, I don't know. What do you think? I think it's just gotten better over here. Tanks are coming back, boys. Akali nerfed for no fucking reason whatsoever. Darius buffed, great. Someone who will stop the tanks for a while. Echo, you're going to be sent to the jungle, my friend. Hecarim, don't worry, you're still S tier. Jarvan, you're the best jungler. You're still the best jungler. Kennen, Riot really doesn't want to nerf you. They haven't nerfed you in a while. They're never gonna nerf you. Kindred, more chances to get the mark. Lissandra, Ring of Frost, really great. Time to play aggressive. Still take the aftershock. It's amazing. Maokai, Maokai goes actually grasp of the undying sometimes. So all in all, it's all good for the Maokai. Morgana, placebo nerf. Rek'Sai, back to B tier. Han, Shaco, nobody cares. Shen, still B tier. Silas, not a lot has changed. You just win the matchups that you win and lose the matchups that you used to lose. Nothing changed. Volibear, welcome back, my friend. Hunter's Potion, nobody misses you even. You're not a mana potion. Manamune, I don't know. And here are the visual upgrades. It's been the BlightedRa, and I'll see you on the next patch notes.